Hola, mister.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Let me to read, please. Isabella.
A school day with a difference.
Keep going. Number 1.
Hi, Sofia. Ter Aleski. That's how a student says hello to each other at Anna Hassan School in Finland. Students at the school call their teachers by the first name. Anna shouts moi to her friends too. When she arrives at 7:45 in the morning, she's been a student there since first grade, so she knows everybody.
Thank you. Number 2, Daddy.
Hello, Mister.
Hello.
Okay. Anna's school is different from most schools in Europe and the United States. First, Anna and her classmates decide, along with their teacher, what their weekly activities will be. Also, students work at their own pace and don't always do the same things. Some may be doing math, and others might be doing something practical. This month, Anna has practiced cooking and making an amazing magazine in different workshops.
Practiced.
Practiced.
Number 3. Isabella, number 3.
Anna and her classmates don't learn by memorizing facts. Working together and gathering information is more important in the system. They ask their teacher for help whenever they need it. The students are generally very focused and active. And the teacher doesn't have to tell them to behave.
Thank you. Victoria, number 4.
Number 4. Breaks are important part of the school day. After a double period, 90 minutes, students have a double 30-minute break. Teacher encourage students to go out and get some fresh air, even if the weather is bad. Being active makes students hungry, so lunchtime is also very popular. It's Anna school students get free hot meals every day. Today's lunch is everybody's favorite meatballs and mashed potatoes. It's served on tables with tablecloths and flower seats in vases.
Thank you. Jen, number 5.
Okay. Chores have always been part of the curriculum at Anna School. They include taking care of plants, collecting trash, recycling, and composting. Students also help in the library and in the kitchen.
Thank you. Para, number 6. Para.
What number?
6.
Okay. School is over by 2 o'clock. Most parents work. So in the afternoon, there are clubs and hobby groups before students go home. Students can study Japanese, learn an instrument, and do arts and crafts. When Anna returns home in the evening, she's free to do what she likes because she hardly ever has any homework.
Okay. Let me read these directions, Amy.
Look at the statements. Which statement describe your school? Choose and compare it with a partner.
Okay, Amy, can you help me to read number 1?
We memorize a lot of facts. Sometimes that's boring.
Do you do that in your school, Amy?
No.
No, you don't memorize facts in your school?
Yes.
Sometimes they're boring.
Yes.
Okay. Number 2, Samantha.
Sometimes we help to clean the classroom.
Do you do that?
No, we don't do that in my school.
Okay. Number 3, Jorge.
The breaks are short, so we don't do much exercise.
Is it true in your school, Jorge?
I don't know if we call it short since I think I have like 35 minutes of break. So I would say no.
No, okay. And number 4, Isabella.
We don't have much hunger, so I have a lot of free time. It's great.
Is that true in your school, Isabella?
No, I have a lot of homework in my school. A
Okay.
lot.
Okay.
Like 10 in one day.
Jari, what about number 5?
There's a lot of reading and writing. I like to learn something practical instead.
Instead.
Yes.
Is it true?
Yes.
Okay. And Victoria, number 6.
We have exams and tests very often, so I have to study a lot.
Is it true in your school?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, now what we're gonna do, can you help me to read the directions, Victoria?
Read article quickly, matches A, D to paraphrase 1-6.
Okay, because we have already read, we're gonna do it different. Okay, Michelle, go and read letter A.
Okay. Students can have bread and a glass of milk too.
What paragraph is that?
Number 4.
Number 4? Breaks are important part of school day after double period, 90 minutes. Students have double 30-minute break. Teachers encourage students to go out, get some fresh air, even when weather is bad. Being active makes students hungry, so lunchtime is also very popular. Anna school students get free meals every day. Today, lunch, everybody favor meatballs, mashed potatoes. Yeah, maybe. Okay, what about number 2? Okay.
In Finland, being responsible and helping others is very important.
What paragraph do you say? It's not. One, two, three, four.
Mm, Farah, can you help me? I joined a bit late.
Sorry, Jorge, I don't know.
Does anybody have an idea what paragraph is?
What is the question, mister?
That's not a question. Just you have to match the
The
sentence.
sentence?
Yeah. In Finland, being responsible and helping others is very important.
Number 3, I think.
3. Anna and her classmates don't learn, memorize. Why? Why number 3?
Mm,
Es que
What page, mister?
No, this is not in the book.
This is not in the book.
Well, it is in a book, but it's a little bit different.
Where?
Samantha, can you help me?
I don't know, Jorge, sorry.
Victoria,
Jorge,
can you?
it's number 5, Jorge. Can you read number 5?
Chores have always been part of the curriculum at Anna school. They include taking care of plants, collecting trash, recycling, and composting. Students also help in the library and in the kitchen.
So being responsible and helping others.
Okay. Number 5 then.
Yeah. Amy, go with letter C.
They don't follow the same program or have the same classes every week.
Yeah, what number is that?
Number 2.
Number 2, yeah. Go and read it.
Anna's school is different from most schools in Europe and the United States. First, Anna and her classmates decide along with the teacher what their weekly activities will be. Also, students work at their own pace and don't always do the same things. Some may be doing math and others might be doing something practical. This month, Anna has practiced cooking and making a magazine in different workshops.
Thank you. And last one. Samantha.
They often work in pairs or groups and share what they know. I think number 6.
Hmm? Did you read?
Number 3, I think.
Go ahead and read.
Anna and her classmates don't learn by memorizing facts. Working together and gathering information is more important in this system.
Mhm.
They ask their teacher to help whenever they need it. Students are generally very focused and active, and the teacher doesn't have to tell them to behave.
Mhm. Yeah, that's number 3. Very good. Okay, tell me which ones, if it's true or false for you. Number 1.
It like to have fewer subjects than we do now.
Which one would you check? More subjects or less subjects? Fewer or more?
More?
More? Why?
Fewer. Fewer.
So you say you have like fewer right now, like very few, so you want more. What about you, Jorge? Do you want more subjects in school
No,
or fewer?
fewer.
Fewer. What about you, Yari? You want more subjects?
No.
Do you understand the question?
Yes.
Does everybody understand the question?
Yes.
Okay. So maybe you have 10 subjects. You want more than that?
No.
No,
So that means more homework, more exams, more study. I don't think students want more than that. Okay, what about
No.
number 2, Victoria?
I like to have more hours of school every day. I like to have fewer hours of school every day.
What do you prefer, Victoria? To have more classes, more hours, or less hours, or fewer hours?
Fewer?
Fewer hours? Okay. How many you have now? A day? Six, seven, five?
I think that's six.
6. How many you want to have?
One.
1? No, that's maybe 4 or 5, but 1 is too little. Okay. Okay, and last one is gonna be Jari.
We should have more and longer breaks. I think we have enough break time.
So what do you
Sure.
think about your school, Jari? Do you think like you should have longer breaks? Or do you think you have enough?
No, longer.
What did you say?
She said
We should
longer.
have,
Longer?
yes.
Yes, she said.
To do what, Jari?
What?
To do what?
I
Why
don't
do you
know.
need longer breaks? To do what?
For
I
play.
know.
Playing?
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Because literally to eat, you just have like to eat it, to play, to eat. You can play a lot of time because you have to eat, and there's a person that eats. Well,
So you need a long break in school because you go to school to play, right?
no, and eat because I can't finish eating.
So how long is your break, Isabella?
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah, you need a longer break. I think 5 minutes is too little. I think 30 minutes is okay. What do you say, Jorge? 30 minutes is fine?
I have the same problem about ordering food. Between the time that I ordered it and I ate it, there has been already like, I don't know, 25 minutes.
I have a question. Do you bring lunch to school?
No,
Or do you need to go to a place and buy it?
we need to go to a place and buy it
Why do you do that?
because it's
You have
the
to spend
only.
spend money, you have to waste time, money, and you don't know if it's clean or not. You might get
Oh
sick.
no, it's in our school.
Yeah, I think it's better if you make your lunch home. You can prepare something
I
delicious.
don't even know if they allow you to bring lunch.
Is there a problem if you bring lunch to school?
I don't know, but nobody has done it.
I think like, yeah, it's not very popular, right? Bringing lunch to school. Maybe it's more
No.
popular go and buy a Pepsi and a Dorito to the grocery store.
Yes.
That's not very good for you, you know, like Doritos and Pepsi are not very good for you. So it's very sad. Yeah. No, I understand. I understand it. Like you want to be popular in school. You don't want other kids making fun of you because you're bringing una empanada with huevo, and that's not very popular, right? But yeah, I understand. But it's sad at the same time. Okay. Well, so students complain that life is too hard, that we have to study a lot and we have a lot of homework and we don't have time and classes are difficult and I want to cry all the time. Well, no worries. I had the same situation when I was a kid. But let me tell you something. Sometimes it's difficult because parents focus on grades. Like you have to get good grades in school, right? Ah, mi muchachita is very smart, you know, she gets good grades, she's the best, you know, this girl, you know, doesn't study and I'm having problems with her because it's not about good grades, guys. It's not about good grades. People get good grades, and when they're adults, they are not very successful.
We
They-
feel bad for this.
Yeah, it's not about good grades. It's about learning. It doesn't matter if you get A or B or 80 or 90 or 100. It's about learning, learning, learning. Some people, you know, they get good grades in school, but in real life, they're not successful because it's not about good grades. It's about personality. It's about learning. It's about having the information, knowing, that's what matters, not the grades. But parents says, ay, mi muchachito is very smart, you know, get good grades in school. It's not about good grades. It's not about good grades. Somebody says she is the best in the class. Well, she got good grades, but that doesn't mean she's the best. He got good grades, but that doesn't mean he's the best. You're the best if you have a lot of knowledge. You're the best if you know how to use that knowledge. If you know about computers, technology, language, math.
Mr.
Go ahead, Isabella.
Can I go to the bathroom, please?
Nice, Isabella. I thought you were about to give an opinion on what I'm saying, but yeah, thank you for that. Go ahead, go to the bathroom.
Es que se lo estaba diciendo desde las 5:25 por el chat privado.
Sorry about that. I don't usually check the chat. Go to the bathroom. Okay. Franklin Roosevelt. Who was Franklin Roosevelt? I don't care, Mr. Johnny, about Franklin Roosevelt. I don't know who he was. I don't want to know who he was. No. It's English. I want you to teach a little bit about presidents of the United States. So this was a very important president. Amy, you want to tell me who Franklin Delano Roosevelt was?
Franklin Roosevelt was the 32nd USA president. He faced many challenges. Roosevelt led the nation through to the worst problems of the
1900s.
1900s. They were the Great Depression and World War II. The Roosevelt was elected president for 4 times. He served longer than any other president. He became one of the most important presidents in the USA history.
Yeah, something very important about history is this. This was the president that has served the longest in office. You know, I think that was like 20 years, something like that. In Honduras, you can't do that. Presidents, I think, can be like, well, it used to be 4 years, but now with the last president, he spent 8 years in power. But this president, he spent almost 20 years. Was that legal? I don't know if it was legal, but the United States was facing like many problems at that time. A Great Depression. What do you think is a Great Depression? It's about the Great Depression right here. Okay, that was about the economy. No jobs, no money, no food. People were on the streets. People were dying of hunger. They were hungry. Children were hungry. They didn't have food. They didn't have jobs. The economy was terrible. That was the Great Depression. But then the economy improved. Many jobs, a lot of money, plenty of food, houses, cars, everything. But then the second terrible thing, World War II. The United States faced war against Europe and Japan. Germany and Japan. Yeah. What happened later? Okay, what happened in 1882, Isabella?
On 1882, on January 3, Franklin Delano Roosevelt was born in Hyde Park, New York.
Yeah. On January 30th, Franklin Delano Roosevelt was born in Hyde Park, New York. And what happened in 1905, Victoria?
On,
Victoria, in 1905, what happened?
on March 17th,
Roosevelt
married Anna Eleanor Roosevelt.
How old was he when he married Anna? Question, how old was he when he married Anna? Come on, guys. You're smart. You know how to add.
Has the book said his age?
Well, he was born in 1882. You know how to count numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he married Anna in 1905. How old was he? Come on, guys.
What is the question?
My question is, how old was Franklin Delano Roosevelt when he married Anna? What was his age? Isabella?
Can I drink water? Was elect governor?
Excuse me?
Was elected.
My question is, how old was he when he married Anna Eleanor?
He married on March.
On March 17, 1905, yeah. How old was he? He was born in 1882. He married in 1905. How old was he?
I am too much tired for making math.
No, close, but no. If it was 1902, that would be 20 years. But it's not 1902, it's 1905.
Yeah.
Because 1882 to
23.
Yeah, he was 23 years old. I think he was very young, too young. Okay, what, Amy, what happened in 1921?
Roosevelt became ill with polio.
Yeah. Polio now is not very common, but in the past it was something very, very harmful. And people got very sick and people might die with polio. Is, you know, like right now we got COVID and people die. Well, right now people don't die because we have vaccines, right? But before vaccines, people die. And the same thing with polio. We have vaccines for polio now, so okay, we're happy. But before vaccines, people die.
Millions of people died.
Yeah. What happened in 1928, Yari? Yari Fuentes?
In what?
What happened in 1928?
28, Roosevelt.
Roosevelt.
What?
Roosevelt.
Roosevelt was elected governor of New York.
So see, like, life, bad things happen. Like he got very sick and almost died because if he got polio in 1921, you almost die. But then, like 7 years later, he became the governor of New York, which is a great privilege, right? And so, see, bad things can happen, but also good things can happen. What happened in 1933, Samantha?
On March 4, Roosevelt became the 32nd U.S. president.
That was so important. You know? Became the president of the United States. So you become the most powerful man in a country. No, just not in a country, in the world, because the United States is the most powerful country in the world. So if you're the most powerful man in the United States, probably you're the most powerful man in the world. And what happened in 1941, Farah?
Who?
Farah.
Roosevelt became ill with polio.
Is it in 1941?
On December 7, Japan attacked
Pearl.
Harbor.
Harbor in Hawaii. The next day, the United States entered World War
II, yeah.
War.
And what happened in 1945, Jen?
Okay, on April 12, President Franklin D. Roosevelt
Delano?
died.
Delano Roosevelt died. So how old was he when he died?
What?
How old was he when he died? His age. How old was he?
I insist took to time to do math.
1882, 1945. What was his age when he died? $45 plus 18. How much is 45 plus 18? $63. Okay, John Franklin. Help me to read that, Isabella. John Franklin.
John Franklin. Franklin Delano Roosevelt was born on January 3,
1882.
1882 in Hyde Park, New York. His parents were named James and Sarah. When Franklin was 14, he left home to go to school in Massachusetts.
Yeah. Where did he go to school?
Huh?
Where did he go to school?
In Massachusetts.
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 How old was he when he left for school?
14.
That's 14. Yeah. Who are these guys? James Roosevelt. Okay, what about college life? Victoria.
College life. After finishing school, Roosevelt
After
went
finishing,
After finishing school, Roosevelt went to college in Cambridge,
Cambridge.
Massachusetts.
Hmm?
And there he studied economics, and science,
Economics. History, economics, and science.
Then in
1904.
1904, Roosevelt began law school in New York City, New York on March 17, 1905.
Five.
He married Anna Eleanor Roosevelt. She went by Eleanor President. The other Roosevelt was her uncle.
Yeah, so that was another very famous president. It was called Teddy Roosevelt. Theodore Roosevelt, and people call it Teddy Roosevelt. That was her uncle. Okay. So this is interesting and creepy at the same time. Can somebody read this? Did you know?
Did you know Roosevelt and
Eleanor?
Roosevelt and Eleanor were fifth cousins?
So they got married and they were cousins. Oh, that's not good. They were fifth cousins. It's not like they were first cousins, right? Or second cousins. They were fifth cousins. It's like in some way we're related. Okay. So can you help me to read this, please?
What is a fifth cousin, by the way?
I don't know. Maybe your great grandparent got somebody there, and you know, maybe you and Michelle, you are fifth cousins. You know, because your last name is Salazar, right, Michelle?
Yes.
And Jorge is Salazar. So maybe you have like a great grandpa. You know, like is the same for the two of you. You know, so maybe you are great cousins. You know, who knows? Okay, the Roosevelts. What about the Roosevelts?
The Roosevelts had 6 children, but one son died as a baby.
That's very sad. How many children they have?
6.
What happened with one of the babies?
It died
He died. How?
as a baby.
It's a baby, right? But doesn't say much, right? How he died. Okay, so we are learning about somebody. Who are we learning about?
Roosevelt.
Roosevelt. What is his full name? What is his full name?
Franklin Roosevelt.
Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Franklin Delano Roosevelt. And who was Franklin Delano Roosevelt?
A president of the United States.
He was the 32nd president of the United States. And he had two important events and difficult events to face. Do you remember the two events that he had to face?
Mhm.
He had two very difficult situations to face in his presidency.
The Great Depression and the
The
World
Great
War II.
Depression and World War II, yes. So we're gonna keep learning about him maybe on Monday, maybe on Tuesday, or maybe Wednesday, who knows? Guys, you gotta read. If you wanna be better, you gotta read. Yeah. See you tomorrow, guys.
Mr. Rios, I will see you tomorrow. Okay, say goodbye. Bye, have a good day.
Monday, not tomorrow. Monday.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye, mister.
Bye, Isabela. I'm drinking water and tea.
Ok. También coma bien, o si no, tampoco se va a curar rápido. También coma bien, coma bien.
Thank you.
Coma saludable también.
Okay, thank you.
Bye. Y tomen medicinas. Uy.
Thank you.
Rupax. Rupax funciona mucho. Eso le dieron a mi hermano y en unos días rápido se curó.
Okay,
Rupax.
I have it.
Rupax funciona.
I have
Rupax.
it. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Hello, Owen. Hi, Ever.
Hi.
Ok, vamos a comenzar entonces. Pay attention.
Linking sounds. Does she and does he? Sometimes we blend words together when we speak. Listen to the way we blend does she and does he. When we blend does she, we say does she. We blend the sounds together. When we blend the sounds in does she, we do not say the z sound in does. Listen to the way we blend the sounds together. Does she?
Does she? Does she?
Listen to these examples with does she. Does she like rock music?
Does she like rock music? Does she like rock music?
Does she work in an office?
Does she work in an office? Does she work in an office?
Where does she work?
Where does she work? Where does she work?
We also blend the sounds in does he. When we blend does he, we say does he.
Does he?
We blend the sounds together.
Does he?
When we blend the sounds in does he, we do not say the h sound in he.
Does he?
Listen to the way we blend the sounds together. Does he?
Does he?
Listen to these examples with does he. Does he have any brothers?
Does he have any brothers? Does he have any brothers?
What does he do?
What does he do? What does he do?
Does he come from a large family?
Does he come from a large family?
Now, listen and repeat. Click on pause after each question. Does she like rock music?
Does she like rock music? Does she like rock music?
Does she work in an office?
Does she work in an office?
Where does she work?
Where does she work?
Does he have any brothers?
Does he have any brothers? Does he have any brothers?
What does he do?
What does he do? What does he do? What does he do?
Does he come from a large family?
Does he come from a large family?
The. The word the has two pronunciations, the and the. The bananas, the apples. We say the before a consonant sound. The bananas, the salad. We say the with bananas and salad because bananas and salad begin with consonant sounds. We say the before a vowel sound. The vowel letters A, E, I, O, and U usually spell vowel sounds. The apples, the entree. We say the with apples and entree because apples and entree begin with vowel sounds. Listen to these examples with the cookies,
The cookie.
the butter,
The butter.
the morning,
The morning.
the restaurant.
The restaurant.
Listen to these examples with the ice cream,
The ice cream.
the oil,
The oil.
the evening,
The evening.
the Italian restaurant.
The Italian restaurant.
Now listen and repeat. Click on pause after each phrase. The cookies,
The cookies.
the ice cream,
The ice cream.
the butter,
The butter.
the oil,
The oil.
the morning,
The morning.
the evening,
The evening.
the restaurant,
The restaurant.
the Italian restaurant.
The Italian restaurant.
That's your cousin Teddy. He's a waiter. He's single, and he likes rock music.
It's my brother, Eddie. He's a doctor. He's got a wife and 2 kids, and he likes classical music. How about this one?
I don't know. A cousin?
No.
Your brother?
No!
An uncle?
It's my Aunt Judy.
Sorry, Mrs. Morris. She looks like your uncle.
Tell me something about her.
She's an architect.
Artist.
Married.
Divorced.
2 kids. 3 kids. 4 kids. 5 kids?
No kids. Only 8 more. Here's an easy one.
I don't know.
It's my father.
I know who your father is. Why are you showing me photos of your father?
My family is coming in 1 hour. Now pay attention.
Why do you have such a large family?
It's not that large.
Not that large. You have 6 brothers and sisters, 14 aunts and uncles. Who knows how many cousins, nieces, and nephews? I'd say that's a large family.
They're not all coming over.
No, just 18 of them.
I'm sorry, honey. I just want them to like you. Calm down. It's okay. You're doing fine.
Okay. I'm okay. Your cousin John?
Oh!
Okay.
That's your sister's husband, Ernie. They live on Park Street. 2 kids. Elizabeth is 12 years old, and Katie is 8. Ernie's an architect. He likes baseball, basketball, and the movies.
Wow. One more.
Your nephew, David. His nickname is Dave. He lives on King Street. He's single, and he's a student. He loves to travel. He likes jazz and he doesn't like fish.
You're amazing.
Very nice.
Oh, it's almost 6.
Bob, would you wipe off the counter?
I'll be in the bathroom for a while.
Hello, everyone. Come on in.
Okay, guys. Okay, guys. Ok, tenemos que hacer esta pregunta entonces. Tenemos que colocar aquí el auxiliar. ¿Cuál sería para your cousin?
Dos.
What does your cousin watch Friday evenings? He watches soccer, right? How many aunts and uncles? ¿Cuál sería la pregunta? ¿Tienes tú? ¿Cómo sería tienes tú? Auxiliar. Auxiliar. How many aunts and uncles? Auxiliar, ¿cuál sería?
Have.
¿Cuál es el auxiliar?
Do.
¿Cuál es el sujeto? You. ¿Cuál es el verbo? Have. ¿Alguien quiere leer la pregunta?
How many aunts and uncles do you have?
¿Qué dice en español? How many aunts and uncles do you have?
¿Cuántas tías y tíos tienes?
Ok. ¿Que alguien que leer la respuesta, por favor?
I have
Three aunts and
I have 3 aunts and 2 uncles.
¿Alguien que me lo diga en español?
Yo tengo 3 tíos y 2 tías.
3 tías y 2 tíos.
3 tías y 2 tías, ¿no?
Perdón.
Ok. ¿Cuál sería la pregunta? ¿Auxiliar?
When do
Ok, sujeto.
do
Sujeto.
when do you
Verbo.
have? No, sería when do you do? When do you do your
When do you do your homework? ¿Qué significa? When do you do your homework? ¿Qué significa?
estás haciendo?
¿Cuándo haces la tarea? Tu
Cuando
tarea.
haces la tarea. Muy bien. ¿Cuál es la respuesta?
I do my
me,
homework
I
after.
do my
Yo.
homework.
I do my homework after dinner. ¿Qué significa?
Yo hago la tarea después de la cena.
Ok. Dice, my in-laws, they live down the street. Ok. Entonces, son my in-laws. Entonces, la pregunta es, ¿dónde viven ellos? ¿Cómo sería?
Sería where do
They.
where do you no they
Where do they live?
Where do they live? ¿Dónde viven? Bueno, ya está el signo de pregunta, ¿no? They live down the street. Viven bajando la calle, ¿no? Dice stepsister. Ok, estamos hablando de ella.
what does
Sería what does
she
do. Pues, ¿alguien me puede leer la oración, por favor?
What does she do at the park every morning?
What does she do at the park every morning? ¿Qué significa? What does she do at the park every morning?
en el
¿Qué hace ella en el parque
en la mañana?
cada mañana?
Cada mañana. ¿Ella va a qué?
Correr.
Ella va a correr. She goes running. She goes running. Mire cómo le agrega ese el verbo. Oración afirmativa. Ok. She calls her twin sister Sarah. Pregunta. Ok.
Who does
Does
she
she.
she
¿Cuál es el
she
verbo?
do
Verbo.
how
¿Qué dice la pregunta entonces?
¿A quién llama ella cada día?
Ok, léame en inglés aquí.
She called her twin sister Sarah.
Ujú. ¿Qué significa la palabra twin? Anótela.
Sí, ella.
Twin significa gemelo o gemela.
Ajá.
Twin, gemelo o gemela. ¿Alguien me lee en inglés? ¿Y luego en español?
Ella llama a su hermana gemela.
Sí. Primero en inglés, luego en español. She calls her twin sister Sarah. ¿Alguien?
She calls her twin sister Sarah.
Spanish.
Ella llama a su hermana gemela Sarah.
Entonces, twin sister. ¿Qué significa twin sister?
Hermana gemela.
¿Y qué significa half brother?
No sé.
Bueno, anótelo entonces. No veo a nadie anotando. Deberíamos estar anotando ese tipo de cosas. No se pronuncia la L, solo se pronuncia la H, una J, la A y la F. Half.
Half.
Half significa la mitad. ¿Qué significa half brother entonces? Si half es la mitad.
Medio hermano.
Medio hermano, eso es half brother. También puede tener half sister, ¿no? Bueno, dice, lo visito 2 veces al mes. Entonces, ¿cuál sería la pregunta? ¿Cuál es
¿Cuándo
el
visita?
día?
You often does.
Bueno, como dice I, yo asumo que la pregunta debe ser you, ¿verdad?
Sí, yo. Entonces sería do.
Do o dos. Con you.
Do. Do you
visit. How often do you visit your half brother? I'm visiting twice a month. ¿Que alguien me lea aquí?
How often do you visit your half brother?
Half brother. How often significa qué tan seguido o qué tan a menudo. ¿Qué dice en español?
¿Qué tanto visitas a tu medio hermano?
¿Qué tan seguido visitas a tu medio hermano? Si alguien me llega a leer aquí, por favor, en inglés.
I visit him, no sé esa palabra.
Twice.
Twice a month.
Ok, twice significa 2 veces.
Twice.
Yo lo visito 2 veces al mes.
Ok. Aprende estas palabras muy útiles, ¿eh? Once, twice. Once. Yo le dije que no se complique con la W, solo trátela como que si fuera una U. Twice.
Twice.
Twice. T-wise, no, no es T-wise, es twice. Como si fuera una U. Okay. La última entonces. Dice for your grandmother, my mother does. She cooks dinner for her every day. Entonces sería para mi mamá lo hace. Dice, ella, she cooks dinner for her every day. Entonces vamos a decir para quién cocina tu madre. Entonces sería, ¿cuál es la auxiliar? Those. Vamos a usar
No.
¿qué sujeto para ella?
Sí.
Espérate, vamos a ver. Dice, who for your
Es que
grandma.
dice. Sería do.
No, aquí no necesitamos, porque aquí, mira, lo que tenemos, único, ¿cuál es la pregunta que tenemos que decir aquí? No necesitamos, porque aquí no tenemos sujeto, aquí lo que andamos buscando es el sujeto. ¿Qué dice esa pregunta?
¿Para qué? Sí.
¿Qué dice?
¿Quién cocina para tu madre? Para tu abuela.
Entonces la respuesta es
My mother. Mi madre lo hace. Ella cocina.
cocina
Ella
para
hace la
ella.
cena. Ella cocina para ella cada día.
Aquí no necesita sujeto, porque más bien anda buscando el sujeto. Por eso no necesita sujeto en esta oración, porque lo anda buscando. ¿Quién cocina? ¿No? Muy bien. Entonces vamos a hacer otra actividad. Ok, ¿cuál sería la... Aquí. Nieces and nephews. She has 2 nieces and 5 nephews. ¿Cómo sería la pregunta? How many?
Hace 2.
How many nieces and nephews?
Si alguien me lee la pregunta, por favor.
How many nieces and nephews does she have?
¿Qué significa?
¿Cuántos
¿Cuántos?
sobrinos y sobrinas?
¿Cuántos sobrinas y sobrinos
Tiene ella.
tiene ella?
A ver si alguien me lee aquí.
She has 2 nieces and 5 nephews.
¿Qué significa?
No, es,
Ella tiene 2 sobrinas y 5 sobrinos.
Muy bien. Ok, ¿cuál es la pregunta aquí?
she works. Ella trabaja en el banco.
Where does
Ujú.
¿Qué hace su hermana
Work.
Day?
¿Dónde trabaja?
Every day. Uno.
Work. Ujú.
¿Qué dice?
Where does his sister-in-law work?
Ajá, ¿qué significa?
¿Dónde
¿Dónde trabaja su cuñada?
¿Dónde trabaja su cuñada? Ok, a ver quién me iba a leer.
She works at bank on Smith Street.
Ajá, she works at a bank on Smith Street. ¿Qué significa?
Ella
Sí, trabaja
en la
calle Smith.
Trabaja en un banco en la calle Smith. Muy bien. Pregunta, dice, he's an engineer. Entonces, la pregunta sería,
What do
those,
Y
¿Qué hace tu hermano Mel?
ok, ¿quién la lee?
what
Ajá,
How? No.
¿quién lee?
What does your brother-in-law do?
What does your brother-in-law do? ¿Qué significa?
¿Qué hace tu cuñada?
¿Qué hace tu cuñado? ¿Alguien lee?
He's
He's an engineer. He's an engineer.
engineer.
Spanish?
Engineer.
Él es un ingeniero.
Es un ingeniero. Dice has twin brother. Ok, entonces sería who aquí. Solamente who. ¿Qué iría?
Mm,
¿Cuándo?
¿Quién es tu,
¿Qué dice la
por
pregunta?
ejemplo,
¿Quién es?
quién es tu hermano gemelo?
¿Qué significa has?
¿Quién tiene un hermano gemelo?
¿Quién tiene un hermano gemelo?
¿Quién tiene hermanos gemelos? Ajá.
All those.
Él tiene.
All tiene. All tiene hermanos gemelos. Ok. Ok, dice he studies English at school on Main Street. ¿Cuál es la pregunta?
¿Dónde estudia él?
Where?
Does study? Where does her brother study English?
¿Qué dice la pregunta?
¿Dónde
Estudia inglés hermano.
¿Dónde estudia inglés su hermano? Bueno, tienen que darme unos minutitos porque está lloviendo horriblemente aquí. Necesito ponerme audífonos. Solo unos minutitos, ya voy. Deme unos minutitos. Ok. ¿Alguien me puede hablar?
Hola.
Sí. ¿Ustedes me escuchan?
Sí.
Ah, perfecto. Perfecto. Casi siempre he tenido problemas con esta basada, pero hoy no. Ok. Entonces, vamos, dice, ¿cuál es la pregunta, no?
Perdón.
Tu hermana inglés.
¿Dónde estudias?
Inglés primero, luego español.
¿Dónde estudia inglés tu hermano?
¿Dónde estudia inglés su hermano?
Él estudia inglés.
Él estudia inglés en la escuela de...
Main Street, ¿verdad? Ok, mira cómo le agrega ES al verbo. Ok. Ok, entonces mira aquí dice my grandfather does. Entonces cuando dice mi abuelo lo hace, entonces lo que quiere saber es quién es. Entonces sencillito solo vamos a agregar
Who.
who, como jugo de naranja, who.
Who.
¿Qué dice la pregunta?
¿Quién habla 5 idiomas?
Ajá, my grandfather does. Ok, no necesito usar dos aquí. ¿Cómo voy a usar do or does si no tengo sujeto? Si no tengo I, you, she, he, no tengo sujeto ahí. Entonces no puedes usar do or does. Más bien en la respuesta te dicen que es el abuelo. Pero más bien tú quieres saber esa respuesta. Who speaks 5 languages? ¿Quién habla 5 idiomas? My grandfather does. Ok. Dice, lo veo una vez al año. Entonces, ¿cómo dijimos que se decía? ¿Qué tan seguido, qué tan a menudo?
How often?
Muy bien, alguien está poniendo atención. How often. Entonces, debes usar el auxiliar. ¿Cuál es el auxiliar? ¿Con you?
Do.
Do. Muy bien. You. Entonces, abajo puedes ver el verbo. En la oración B de la número 7 puedes ver el verbo. ¿Cuál es el verbo?
Sí.
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 Ok. Mira qué raro está esta pregunta. ¿Qué dice?
¿Qué tan seguido?
¿Qué tan seguido tú ves a tu ex esposo?
A tu ex esposo.
Qué raro, ¿no? Qué raro. ¿Qué tan seguido miras a tu esposo? Se da vacaciones una vez al año, dice la esposa, para ver al esposo. How often do you see your ex-husband? ¿Lo veo?
Una vez al año.
Una vez al año. Once a year. I see him once a year. Ok, y la última dice, they watch after dinner. Entonces, ¿qué queremos saber aquí? Tiempo, ¿no? ¿Cuál es el question word? Después de la cena, ¿cuál es el question word?
Have.
When.
What? When?
¿Cuál es el auxiliar?
When do.
Do. They. ¿Cuál es el verbo?
Watch.
Watch. ¿Qué dice la pregunta entonces?
Cuando ellos.
Inglés, primero.
Cuando ellos ven. Ajá. When do they watch the news on TV?
Spanish.
Cuando ellos ven las noticias
en la tele. ¿Cuándo la ven?
Tele. They watch after dinner.
Ajá, ¿qué dice?
Ellos la ven después de la cena.
La ven después de la cena. Muy bien, esas son las preguntas. Ok, entonces quería ponerle un poquito complicadas las preguntas, pues, porque primero si vamos con lo difícil, lo demás se hace fácil. Vaya, pues entonces ayúdame a completar aquí en este ejercicio. Ya hicimos los ejercicios de práctica. Vamos a preguntarle a Kaylee, ¿qué va aquí? She lives in Dublin, dice la respuesta. ¿Qué debería ir aquí?
Where do your sister live?
Ok, léela de nuevo y me sigue la respuesta.
Where does your sister live? She lives in Dublin.
Dublin, Dublin.
No.
Por cierto, ¿vos sabés Dublin, la capital de qué país es? Bueno, se llama Ireland, Irlanda. No, Dublin. Irlanda, la capital. Ok, Debo, regálame la número 2. Mira la respuesta. 3, my sister.
3, my sister. Ahí está un poco difícil.
Claro.
Tiene 2 niños.
How many?
How many? Sí.
You
¿Dónde está?
have.
How many nieces and nephews? ¿Cuál es el auxiliar?
Do.
Ajá, ¿y cuál es el sujeto?
Have.
Ese es el sujeto. Ese es el verbo.
No sé.
Do
Do
you have?
you?
Lee la oración entonces.
How many nieces and nephews
Nieces,
do you have?
nieces.
Nieces. How many nieces and nephews do you have?
¿Qué significa?
¿Cuántas
¿Cuántas
sobrinas y sobrinos tienes?
tienes? No.
3.
3.
3. My sister,
Ujú.
2 girls.
¿Pero qué dice?
Boy.
¿Cómo se dice tiene? Mi hermana tiene.
My sister has.
Has, ¿verdad? Recordad que para she es has. No puedes usar have porque es has. Ajá.
My sister has. And my brother has.
¿Qué significa? Both. ¿Qué significa both? Anótela pues, anótela si no la sabes. Ambos o ambas.
Ambos hombres. Tiene.
Entonces, seguí leyendo entonces.
Ajá.
Mi hermana tiene.
Mi hermana tiene 2 niñas.
Ajá. Seguí leyendo. Ambas.
Ambas adoptadas.
Ambas adoptadas. ¿Y my brother?
Y mi hermano
¿Qué va ahí?
has
A stepson.
Ajá, stepson.
Bueno, entonces puedes ponerle esta palabra step con son y con daughter.
Ujú.
Y eso significa hijastro.
Ajá.
Si es un stepfather, es un padrastro.
Mm,
Si es un stepmother, es un madrastra. Si es un stepson, es un hijastro. O sea que no es hijo tuyo de sangre, sino que es hijo de tu pareja, pero no es hijo tuyo.
Ajá.
Ok, mira, entonces la respuesta dice, esto está fácil, Denis. Dice, stay with when you visit. ¿Con quién te quedas cuando visitas Los Ángeles? ¿Cuál es el question word? ¿Con quién o quién, Denis?
What?
Denis, ¿cuál es el question word? ¿Quién o con quién? Bueno, yo los anoté ahí, ¿verdad? Hasta le hice una cancioncita, que eran los 5, los 5 Ws. ¿Cómo dice quién?
What?
Como que digas jugo de naranja. Jugo. No es gu, ¿verdad? Ni wo, ni es ju. Pues solo recordate de jugo. ¿Ya? Ok. Si la respuesta es yo, ¿cuál debió de haber sido el sujeto para la pregunta? Pues tú. Si yo te pregunto tú, tal cosa, tú dices yo, la respuesta, ¿no? Ok, pero antes del sujeto, tenés el auxiliar. ¿Cuál es el auxiliar para you?
Who?
Entonces, este es el orden. Mira, te repito, question word, auxiliar y sujeto. Question word, auxiliar y sujeto.
Help me, please. A los
Help me,
compañeros.
Ok, ¿cuál es el question word?
Who.
¿Cuál es el auxiliar?
Do.
¿Cuál es el sujeto?
You.
You.
How
Ok,
do you do?
el verbo stay es quedarse. Stay es quedarse.
Who do you?
¿Qué dice la pregunta entonces?
Name.
¿Con quién?
¿Con quién
Te
te quedas
quedará.
cuando visitas Los Ángeles?
Sí, ¿con quién te quedas cuando visitas Los Ángeles? Pues,
With
¿cuál es la
qué?
respuesta? ¿El qué?
With when?
With es con.
Con.
Ajá, ¿con quién te quedas? Ujú.
When?
When es cuando.
No.
Cuando tú visitas Los Ángeles. Ok, ¿cuál es la respuesta entonces?
I stay
Ujú.
I do.
I stay with my aunt.
with me and uncle.
Stay with my aunt and uncle. ¿Aquí qué debería ir? Pues yo me quedo. Yo me quedo.
Stay.
I stay with my
Stay.
aunt and uncle. ¿No? Bueno, estos son problemas reto. No espero que la contestes a la primera, estamos iniciando. Solo quiero que tratemos de abrir un poquito la mente, ¿no? Ponernos desafíos, un poquito de desafíos. ¿No? Who do you stay when you visit Los Ángeles? ¿Con quién te quedas cuando visitas Los Ángeles? Me quedo con mi tía y mi tío. Ok, vamos entonces a nuestro libro. Ok, te leo entonces.
Busy people. Listen. Jeff is a very athletic person. He does a different kind of exercise or sport every day. On Monday, he jogs. On Tuesday, he plays tennis. On Wednesday, he does yoga. On Thursday, he swims. On Friday, he goes to a health club. On Saturday, he plays basketball. And on Sunday, he rides his bike.
Julie is a very busy student. She does a different activity every day. On Monday, she sings in the choir. On Tuesday, she plays in the orchestra. On Wednesday, she writes for the school newspaper. On Thursday, she plays volleyball. On Friday, she babysits for her neighbors. On Saturday, she works at the mall. And on Sunday, she visits her grandparents.
Mr. and Mrs. Baker are very active people. They do something different every day of the week. On Monday, they go to a museum. On Tuesday, they see a play. On Wednesday, they go to a concert. On Thursday, they take a karate lesson. On Friday, they go dancing. On Saturday, they see a movie. And on Sunday, they play cards with their friends.
Okay, question, Kaylee. What does Jeff do on Thursday? What does Jeff do on Thursday, Kaylee? ¿Será que perdimos a Kaylee? Okay, Dennis, what does Jeff do on Thursday?
Me preguntabas que si qué hace Jeff el Thursday.
Yes.
On Thursday he swim.
Thank you. Ronaldo, what does Julie do on Friday? What does Julie do on Friday? Micrófono apagado, Ronaldo.
On Friday, she babysit for her neighbors.
Thank you. Johanna, what do Mr. and Mrs. ¿qué? Mr. and Mrs. Baker do on Saturday?
On Saturday, they see a movie.
Thank you. Okay. Question, Owen. Does Jeff play tennis on Tuesday?
Yes, he does.
Julia, does Julie work at the mall on Saturday?
Yes, she does.
Okay. Mayra, do Mr. and Mrs. Baker go dancing on Friday? Micrófono apagado, Mayra.
Friday she babysit for her neighbor.
Ustedes le escuchan a Mayra porque yo no.
¿Me escucha?
Si alguien me puede dar feedback de que solo yo no la estoy escuchando, o ustedes sí la escuchan.
Se escucha
Se le
poco.
escucha bien bajo.
Escucha, pero poco.
Bueno, ahora creo que yo soy el que tengo el problema.
¿Me escucha?
Un segundo, pues. Vamos a desconectar esto. Ok, ¿ahora sí me escuchan?
Sí.
Yes.
Ok. Mayra, do Mr. and Mrs. Baker go dancing on Friday?
Friday she babysit for her neighbors.
Bueno, aquí está la respuesta, mírame.
Oh,
Yes, they do.
yes, they do.
Thank you. Okay, Deborah, does Jeff do yoga on Sunday?
No, he doesn't.
Pues quiero que ahora me hagas la pregunta, ¿cuándo hace yoga, Jeff?
Cuando where
¿Cómo se dice cuándo?
no when does Jeff do yoga?
Ujú. Ahora, como ya hablamos de Jeff, no necesitas decir Jeff, sino que solo he, ¿verdad? Entonces, quiero que me preguntas cuándo hace yoga Jeff.
When does he do yoga?
Ok, creo que era on Wednesday, ¿verdad? Revise ahí en su libro. So he does yoga on Wednesday, right? ¿Estoy equivocado o no? Wednesday.
Sí.
Ok, todos pilas con el libro ahí entonces. A ver, Kaylee, pregúntale a Johanna la siguiente.
When do he...
No, la siguiente que está ahí a la par, ¿eh?
¿Cuál? A ver.
Julie.
And does Julia sing in the church choir on Thursday?
Ajá, does
No.
Julie sing in the choir on Thursday?
No, she doesn't.
No, she doesn't. Ahora entonces hacerle la pregunta, ¿cuándo canta en el coro entonces?
When do you...
De Julia.
When do she... Do,
¿Va con she?
¿Perdón?
¿Do y she van juntos? Bueno, es que para hacer preguntas con she usamos those, por eso lo digo.
Sería when those sing do. Sing do.
Vamos a hacerlo en orden. ¿Cuál es el question word, Katie?
When
¿Cuál es el auxiliar?
those.
¿Cuál es el sujeto? Estamos hablando de
Julie. ¿Perdón?
Estamos hablando de Julie. ¿Cuál es el sujeto?
She.
Ok, comencemos nuevamente.
Okay.
Question word,
When.
auxiliar,
Those.
sujeto,
She.
verbo.
Sing.
Ok, y el complemento sería en el coro.
When do. Ya me olvidó. When do she sing? Choir.
In the choir. In the choir. So, entonces la pregunta es, when does she sing in the choir? When does she sing? When does she sing in the choir?
In the choir.
Does she sing in the choir? Bueno, yo creo que es on Monday. ¿No?
Yes.
Julie sings in the choir on Monday. Is it true?
Yes.
Ok. Entonces, respóndele. Entonces, este es el proceso que vamos a hacer ahorita. Lo repetimos, Kaylee. Primero le preguntas, ¿Julie canta en el coro el jueves? No, no lo hace. Pues, ¿cuándo canta en el coro ella? Ah, ella canta en el coro los lunes. Dice Johanna, ¿no? Hágalo, pues. De nuevo, Kaylee.
A ver si lo digo bien. Sería when do.
No, vas
When
por todo el
does
proceso. AB, luego AB. Comienza como está ahí. O sea, no sé
Primero
si
con la misma que comencé.
la conversación va así, mira. Julie canta en el coro el jueves. Entonces Johanna te dice, no, ella no canta el jueves. Entonces tú le preguntas, ¿cuándo canta Julie en el coro? Ah, ella canta el lunes, le dice. Son dos preguntas y dos respuestas.
Mira, does Julie sing in the choir on Thursday?
No, she doesn't.
When does she sing in the choir?
She sings in the choir on Monday.
Muy bien, she sings con S, ¿no? Agregas ese el verbo. She sings in the choir on Monday. Muy bien, interesante. Ok, ahora vamos a ver, Ronaldo, si le preguntas a Julia.
Do Mr. and Mrs. Baker see a movie on Monday?
Sí, le estás preguntando si el señor y la señora Baker ven la película los lunes. Micrófono apagado.
No, they don't.
Entonces Julia le dice, no, no lo hacen. Entonces tu próxima pregunta, Ronaldo, debe ser es, ¿cuándo ven una película ellos?
Permítame. When do
sujeto,
they
verbo,
see,
ajá, a movie,
see a movie,
hasta ahí, de nuevo, hasta ahí. ¿Lo hiciste bien?
when do they see a movie?
Muy bien, when do they see a movie? When do they see a movie? ¿Cuándo ven la película?
Sería they. Quiero ver cuándo la ven.
See a movie on
Tuesday.
Creo que es Friday, ¿no?
On Saturday.
On Saturday.
Ese sería they movies.
They see a movie.
They see a movies on Saturday.
Bueno, ahora quiero que sea más fluida esta conversación. Repitámoslo. Ronaldo lo hizo bien, Julia lo hizo bien, pero así muy trabado. Que sea un poco más fluido esto. De nuevo, Ronald.
When do they...
Comienza desde la primera pregunta para que sea una conversación fluida.
Do Mr. and Mrs. Baker see a movie on Monday?
No, they don't.
When do they see a movie?
They see a movies on Saturday.
Eso estuvo mejor. They see a movie on Saturday. Ok. ¿Quién me iba a leer aquí? Rapidito, ¿eh? Débora y Mayra. Débora pregunta, Mayra responde. Rápido.
Do you play volleyball
No,
on
aquí donde
Sunday?
estoy señalando yo.
Okay. Do you swing on Thursday?
Mayra.
Yes, I do.
Yes, I do. Siguiente pregunta, Mayra. Se la hace a Owen. Aquí ve.
Volleyball on Sunday.
Ajá.
No, I don't.
Siguiente pregunta, Owen. Se la hace a Johanna.
Do you go dancing on Friday?
Yes, we do.
Johanna, la siguiente pregunta se la hace a Denis.
Do you see a play on Monday?
Denis.
No, we don't.
No, we don't.
Do you swim on Thursday?
Yes, I do. Do you play volleyball on Sunday?
No, I don't. Do you go dancing on Friday? Yes, we do.
Quiero que me haga la siguiente pregunta. Vamos a desafiar a Ronaldo. Ronaldo lo he visto yo. Pregúnteme, Ronaldo, si yo como pollo en el desayuno.
Ahí es
Son
donde
palabras que
la
usted
mula
conoce, son
va a
palabras
terminar
que usted conoce, la estructura que usted conoce. Johnny, ¿comes pollo en el desayuno?
Do you,
verbo?
Do you eat
Chicken.
chicken? In
Sería for. Para el
For.
desayuno. es. Ujú.
for breakfast.
Muy bien, bien hecho. De nuevo la pregunta.
Ay. Do you eat?
No es hit, es eat.
Do you
Eat.
Do you eat chicken for breakfast?
No, I don't. No, I don't. Ahora pregúnteme cuándo comes pollo. Entonces.
When those.
¿Por qué those? Si estamos con you. Those solo es para she o he.
When do.
When do. Sujeto.
Eat chicken. Eat
De nuevo.
chicken.
Recuerda que es question
When
word,
do.
auxiliar, sujeto y verbo.
When do.
Ajá.
Eat.
No, te estás saltando del sujeto al verbo. Eat es el verbo. Te falta el sujeto. El sujeto es you.
When do you eat chicken?
No se dice eat, solo se dice como una i.
Eat.
Hazlo de nuevo.
Todo.
¿Todo?
Do you eat chicken for breakfast?
No, I don't.
When do you eat chicken?
I eat chicken at lunch. En el almuerzo. I eat chicken at lunch. Mira. Ahí vamos desafiándonos poquito a poco. I eat chicken at lunch. Ok. Seguimos pues. Sigamos. Ya que estamos en esto. Quiero que nos probemos en grammar ahorita. Ok, ¿quién me ayuda a hacer la primera pregunta?
Do you hand your wife like Italian food?
¿Cuál es la respuesta?
Yes, we those.
¿Por qué those? Si those solamente es para she and he.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. Recuerda que lo que va en la pregunta va en la respuesta. Si hizo pregunta con do, la respuesta va con do. Ok, de nuevo la pregunta, Ronaldo.
Do you hand your wife like Italian food?
La respuesta.
Yes, we do.
Spanish. Español.
Tú y tu,
¿Les gusta a ti y a tu esposa?
les gusta a ti y a tu esposa la comida italiana.
Ujú. Entonces ellos dicen, sí,
Y
nos
a
gusta.
nosotros.
Sí, nos gusta. Esa es la respuesta, sí nos gusta. Ok, a ver, Katie, number 2.
Does your brother work at the mall?
Ujú.
Yes, he does. Yes,
Does
he
your
does.
brother work at the mall? Yes, he does. ¿Qué significa?
¿Tu hermano trabaja en el mall? Sí,
Correcto. Cuidadito aquí con confundir your con you, ¿no? No se me vaya a confundir con eso. No se me vaya a confundir con eso. Como me has hecho así. Ujú, ujú. No se me vaya a confundir con eso. Aquí no dice you, dice your brother. Your brother, el sujeto es él. La gente se confunde you y your. You y your son cosas diferentes. You sí va acompañado de do, pero aquí lo que dice es your brother, o sea, el pronombre él. ¿Qué dice la en español? Trabaja.
Tu hermano trabaja.
trabaja en el mall. Sí,
No, eso es una afirmación. Si quieres hacer una pregunta, primero dices el verbo.
tu hermano,
Trabaja tu hermano.
su hermano,
Me refiero en español. Primero tienes que decir, ¿trabaja tu hermano en el mall? Porque si tú dices, tu hermano trabaja en el mall, eso no es una pregunta, eso es una afirmación. Bueno, tenemos que aprender español también. Entonces, sí, sí lo hace, ¿no? Y así dos, sí lo hace. Ok, number 3, Johanna.
Do you play, ¿no?
Johanna.
¿Tú juegas?
Ahorita. Sería la tercera, ¿verdad? Do your friends play cards? No, they don't.
Ajá, ¿qué dice en español?
Que sus amigos juegan cartas y dice que no, que ellos no lo hacen.
No lo hacen, muy bien. ¿Juegan cartas tus amigos? No, no lo hacen. Ok, Dennis, número 5.
Do you play a música?
Yes.
Sería, do you play?
Número 5, number 5.
La 5. Does your sister does your sister take karate lesson?
Aquí está la negativa, mira.
No, she doesn't.
No, she doesn't. ¿Verdad? Does your sister take karate lessons? No, she doesn't. ¿Qué dice en español, Dennis? Toma tu hermana.
Clases de karate.
¿Lecciones de karate? No, no lo hacen.
No lo hacen. No.
Ok, a ver, Débora, seguís con la número 6. Débora, ¿me escuchaste?
Sí.
¿Y por qué te está costando tanto? ¿Qué auxiliar necesitas para el sujeto I?
Do.
¿Tú? Bueno.
Do I ask a lot of questions? Yes, you do.
¿Qué dice la pregunta? Ask es preguntar.
Pregunta.
A lot es demasiadas o bastantes.
Haces muchas preguntas.
Hago muchas preguntas.
Okay. Hago muchas preguntas.
Sí, tú haces muchas.
Sí, tú haces.
Ok, a ver, Kaylin, number 7.
Do,
Ujú.
do you, tengo un poco malo el internet, así que. Do you and your husband play golf?
Ujú.
No. No, he don't.
Bueno, como te hago esta pregunta, Kelly, si yo te la hiciera, tú y tu esposo, Kelly, ¿qué vas a responder?
We,
Correcto. Entonces sería,
no, we don't.
no, we don't. Ok, muy bien. Julia, number 8.
Do you?
Those,
Sí.
those your uncle speak French.
Correcto.
Sería no, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't. Correcto. Usamos those porque aquí esto no es you, ¿verdad? Esto es your uncle. Cuando hablamos de tu tío, hablamos de él. Entonces, él usa el auxiliar those, ¿verdad? Entonces, no, he doesn't. ¿Habla tu tío francés? No, no lo hace. A ver, number 9, Owen.
Do your neighborhood makes a lot of noise?
¿Tus vecinos hacen mucho ruido?
Yes, yes, they are. So,
¿Y AR de dónde salió? AR lo dejamos en el primer nivel. A mí sí AR quedó en el primer nivel. Ahorita no estamos trabajando.
yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Okay, number 10, Ronaldo.
Sería does your daughter speak Chinese?
Muy bien, porque estamos hablando de la hija es ella, she, por eso usamos those.
Yes, she does.
Yes, she does. Muy bien, Ronaldo. Si en la pregunta va do, usted use do en la respuesta. Si en la pregunta va those, use those en la respuesta. Ya casi terminamos, yo sé que ya estamos tarde. Facilito, solo póngale don't or doesn't. Mire qué sencillo, la vida nunca había sido tan fácil. Mayra, don't or doesn't, la número 11. Don't or doesn't. Léame la oración, por favor.
I do work.
I don't work on Sunday.
Muy bien. I don't work on Sunday. ¿Qué significa? I don't work on Sunday. ¿Qué significa en español?
Yo no trabajo los domingos.
No trabajo el domingo. Muy bien, no trabajo el domingo. Siguiente, Johanna, number 12.
My husband doesn't play tennis.
¿Qué significa?
Mi esposo no juega tenis.
Mi esposo no juega tenis. Ok. 13, Julia. Julia, 13.
Okay. Sería my parents don't go dancing.
My parents don't go dancing. ¿Qué dice la oración?
Mis parientes no.
Bueno, parents es padres, no parientes.
Mis padres no bailan.
No van a bailar. Mis padres no van a bailar. Owen, 14.
My sister and I.
My sister and I.
Don't sing.
And
my sister and I don't sing in the church.
In the choir. Choir. Correcto. ¿Qué significa?
Mi hermana y yo cantamos en el, ¿cómo que se llama? No cantamos en el coro.
No cantamos en el coro, porque estas son negaciones, ¿no? Ok, Dennis, a ver, 15. Micrófono apagado, Denis.
My wife don't.
¿Sería don't or doesn't?
My wife doesn't watch TV.
¿Pero por qué escogiste doesn't?
Porque ahorita.
Primero que todo, quiero saber si sabes
por-
qué significa la palabra wife.
Wife, esposa, ¿no?
Tu esposa. Cuando hablamos de tu esposa, ¿qué pronombre vas a usar para tu esposa?
Ella.
Ella. Entonces, doesn't, ¿con qué trabaja? Con ella y con él. No olvides eso.
Sí.
Por eso usas doesn't. De nuevo.
My wife doesn't watch TV.
¿Qué significa?
Mi esposa no mira televisión.
Mi esposa no mira televisión. Y la última la vas a hacer tú, Deborah.
You don't like hockey.
¿Qué dice?
No te gusta el hockey.
No te gusta el hockey. Muy bien. Ok, ya terminamos. Nos pasamos 10 minutos de la clase. Disculpe. Solo quiero preguntarle, ¿cómo se sintió? ¿Un poquito estresado?
Sí.
Sí. Bueno, es que ya vamos tocando las tuercas un poquito, pues. Porque ya necesitamos que usted vaya produciendo, vaya hablando.
Yo necesito que esta clase la suba lo antes posible, por favor.
Vaya, yo te la subo, no hay problema.
Porque lo primero lo vi un poco complejo.
No, no es complejo. ¿Sabes qué pasa? Que estás
Sí.
caminando con los ojos vendados. Si vas caminando con los ojos vendados, te vas a ir a tropezar por todos lados. Entonces, quítate esa venda. Te voy a decir cómo quitarte la venda. Aprendete la estructura de la oración del question word. ¿Cuál es la estructura? Mira. Question word. ¿Cuál es question word? When, who, what, how many, how much. Eso va primero. Luego aprendete que va el auxiliar. Do or does. Luego aprendete que va el sujeto. ¿Cuál es el sujeto? I, you, she, he, it, they. Y luego va el verbo. Si te aprendes esa estructura en tu mente, te fuiste, pues. Question word, auxiliar, sujeto, verbo. Son 4 cositas. No es complicado.
Eso voy a hacer.
Mira, question word, auxiliar, sujeto y verbo. Y te fuiste. Y que tenés que tener claro que do es para los sujetos I, you, they y we. O más fácil aún, aprendete que those es para she, he and it. Ya. Y el resto es do.
Perfecto.
Es eso, te fuiste, ¿no? Que those trabaja con she, he, ¿verdad? Otra cosa donde la gente suele confundirse es cuando miran your uncle, por ejemplo, que es tu tío. Entonces piensan que ese your es you y que tienen que trabajar con do. Pero no, cuando decimos your es diferente de you, ¿no? Es muy diferente. Y si decimos your uncle, estamos hablando de tu tío. ¿Qué pronombre usa tu tío? Él. Por lo tanto, usas those. Si es pregunta o those si es negación. Bueno, tranquilos que nos estamos empezando a meter al lado ahorita, ¿verdad? Tranquilos, ¿verdad? Relájese. Aquí vamos a estar en este. No sé si has visto cuando un carro cae al lado, Denis. Empieza ahí a patinar, que está patinando.
En este charco.
Empezamos a entrar ahorita, ¿verdad? Empezamos a entrar a patinar, tranquilos. No se estresen, ¿verdad? Empezamos ahorita a patinar. Vamos a estar patinando hasta que salgamos. Todos, ¿verdad? Tranquilos. Estudie, pues. See you tomorrow, guys. Bueno, nos vemos primero Dios el Monday, ¿verdad? Tengan buen fin de semana.
Okay, thank you.
Bye, bye, guys.
See you.
See you guys. Bye, bye.